Sometimes loads are a logistical nightmare, and I've got one, and I haven't even got it yet. So, come out of the house today after Thanksgiving, got all cleaned up for that, and now I'm battling haze. Anyhow, so I get out, I get a load. I didn't even bother to call them on Monday. It's Tuesday right now. And says, I called them Monday and said, I know you ain't got nothing. We're coming off the holidays. I've played this game way too many times. And dispatch was like, yeah, you're 100% right. So I called them up this morning. They're like, run up here, about 60 miles from the house. I got a dry van today, so take your dry van up there, get it loaded with, and then take it up to Minnesota. I'm just going up there to Worthington. They're like, oh, and we got you another load out of Lamar's. I was like, okay, that's a good load. Delivers Tuesday or Thursday at Shelbyville. I was like, you know it's Tuesday, right? They're like, yeah, I was in Kansas still when they gave me this. So I said, well, is it loaded? It's deadline's tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I said, are you kidding me? Shelbyville, Tennessee is a logistical nightmare. And that's because there's no place to park anywhere. But they want you there. And for all of you that have gone through Nashville at rush hour, it sucks. So my clock's going to be running, and I got to figure out how to do this. So I got a preemptive plan. I take that back. It's not a preemptive plan because that was the wrong use of that word. It's a tentative plan. Hopefully that was the right use of that word. So I have to go drop this off tonight. When I get up there, I should have a little over 2 hours left on my book. So I'll get this dropped off, make it back down to Lamar's, go check on this, and if it's loaded, I got 1 more hour, we're going to boogie south. If not, we're going to have to park and get up early in the morning and pick it up when our clock is done. That's the part that makes it trouble, because I got to push it as far as I can tonight if it's loaded, as far as I can tomorrow, which means I have to get out of Iowa, through Illinois and Missouri, through St. Louis, of course, and into Kentucky. Because Thursday it delivers at 4 p.m. and with it delivering at 4 p.m., there's no place to park. You can be there an hour early. So I am going to have to leave around, depending on where I get, around 11 o'clock in the morning, between 10 and 11. And if I get there too early, I'm going to have to find a place to camp on the south side of Nashville, because 4 o'clock means I can be there at 3 o'clock, which means rush hour. So I truthfully have to be through Nashville by 2 o'clock, 2:30 at the latest, because I have to go all the way from exit 58, 55, 58 to exit 81. So 30 miles down plus another 17 miles. It's a trip, but that's just there. I have to get the 45 miles from the border into Kentucky, from Kentucky border to Nashville. So I mean, we're really looking at a minimum of 3.5 hours. So we got to get up to, I'm in Nebraska right now. I've got to get into Iowa, and then I've got to get into Minnesota, just across the border. And we got a boogie. I'm not even I-80 yet. I'm still 30 minutes south of I-80, so we got to go. here. There's snow on the ground. Hooray. It's cold. So, gotta walk into this building over here and see if I can find somebody. That's the problem with half of these places. Nobody knows what's going on. They should be able to sign it in the guard shack, but no. So, we'll see if we can find somebody. Well, that was relatively easy, except the guy signing the paperwork. I don't know if he speaks English or not. If he did, he wasn't. Signed the wrong copies, but you know what? I'm not going to argue with him. I'm leaving. Because now, we got to go start our next load. We've got 2 hours and, well, let's go check in the truck. Got this already dropped, ready to go. Oh. All right, I got 2 hours and 19 minutes left. I did a split, so let me see. They want me to go someplace out of the way to get a trailer if it's too far out of the way. And he didn't even know if there'd be one empty, so I'm kind of debating on whether to do it. I don't think I have time, but let me go see. It's 60 miles to where I got, 76 to where I gotta pick up. He wants me, so the difference is about 6 miles. I need to swing across the street and go use the bathroom because I'm at that special age. So let me be bobtailing over there in the last 16 miles is with it empty. So I guess I better head over there and see what I can do with that. Strange things really are afoot at the Circle K. So we've got to get out of here. This is always kind of a mess. Circle K bought Holiday, so all the holidays became Circle K's. Groovy. Now I've got to go just south of Spencer, Iowa on my way down to go pick up this trailer. I made a phone call. I got a trailer number, and so hopefully it's empty. The computer said it was turned off, so if that's what it means. We'll go hook onto it, grab it. We're probably going to have to take it over to the Loves there in Lamar's, top it off. We should have just enough time to get over there, check in, and then we can bobtail back to the truck stop. But truthfully, if we get over there to fill it up and there's some parking, we're just going to park. But I'll catch you there at the where the trailer is. So we got to go down to Sioux Center, so we'll see you then. I would video going back, but it's quite literally I could just play the video coming up here in reverse. Well, we made it. Been sitting here fighting with this trailer because it's completely out of air. So trying to get this thing slide has been a task. Took about just a little under 10 minutes to get this thing to where I could get the tandems to slide. You know how that goes. So we got it. We got to slide the tandem so we can make it out of the parking lot. We are dealing with employee parking. So this is what happens when these big companies buy out these small guys. Trying to get out of employee parking. They got it pretty much. Oh, I got to dump out here on this side street. I think we got enough room. All right, we're good. So we're about 25 miles from where we got to go. I got an hour 8 minutes. Gotta get back over here on US 75 and go south. And then once we get there, we can get this dropped off, drop this trailer. We gotta top the reefer off with fuel. And then we'll be ready to start the load that this is supposed to be on. That's the irony of all this. I've got to be south of Nashville Thursday afternoon. It's Tuesday night, and I ain't even got the load picked up yet. I'm just running around Iowa doing stupid human things, so we got to push. Unfortunately, we're just about out of time, so once we get to Lamar's, like I said, I'm probably just going to shut it down. Well, I have no choice. We'll just have to shut it down there. Because running around here doing this added about 15-20 minutes. So, yeah, so we got to deal with that. So, let's get to Lamar's. So, it's about 15 after 10. We made it here to Lamar's. I'll have to just put fuel in the reefer in the morning and then just take off from there. It's 906 miles. So I've got to do every bit of 6:50 to 7 tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. So we'll just have to catch you in the morning. Well, it's the next day and it's cold. Just still got some snow on the ground and it's all gloomy. Apparently, my load was supposed to have been loaded by now. It is not. They haven't even showed up. They haven't even started. And it is 7:45 Wednesday morning. They want me 904 miles, which is a little further than that because, well, that's Google Earth. By tomorrow at 4 p.m. And they haven't even started loading it yet, so I don't even know what's going to happen now. I guess there's nothing I can do. I told him, I said, this kind of ridiculousness is why I don't do a lot of loads. And I didn't want to do this load to begin with, but here we are. So, I guess we'll find out. So, it's 10:30. My load's not loaded. They rescheduled it. We don't know what time it's rescheduled for, but they said it's rescheduled for Friday and gave me a time for 3 after midnight. And it's still not loaded, so they went and gave me a whole new number now. So here in a few minutes, I'll have to call them up, find out when it's supposed to be loaded, and this is just ridiculous. I know this happens from time to time, but good night. You get to the point where something you don't even know what they want from you. Because I'll tell you right now, it's going to be a very late night tonight. And what sucks with late nights is trying to find a place to park. So, wish me luck on that. So we made it over here, because nobody would answer the phone. I came back when they told me it would be done. It's not done. So, like, well, maybe another hour. I was like, maybe you guys need to, yeah. There was all sorts of horrible things that went through my mind and things I wanted to say. So, I go park and see what happens. So it is 2 o'clock. I finally got my trailer. Basically, reading between the lines, what I've kind of figured out was it was a combination of a couple things. Not my company's fault, not my fault. Who was loading, somebody screwed up, and then I think whoever was supposed to be doing the paperwork was not doing the paperwork. So it's 2 o'clock. We finally got out of here. Had to reschedule. I mean, well, they did it. It wasn't our fault. There's no way I could be there in 26 hours from now. So I got to be there now Friday at 6 p.m. So let's get out of town. So my plan is to still be there tomorrow night. I can go down to the Loves, and they have parking there that you can buy across the street from the Loves, and that may be what I have to do. But this has just been ignorant. So at least they rescheduled it. So I gotta start making phone calls myself, let them know, and we'll just go on from there. So we'll see you down the road. Oh, and they did have a scale there. That's one thing I'll say about this place is they have a very accurate scale. They're always spot on to a cat scale, so it's a triple axle. I never have to rescale, so hey, that's all right. Well, it's gotten late. It's about 20 to 6, but we're still cruising, and we're going to be out for a while tonight. Got a nice sunset. I wish I could stop and take some pictures of it, but we got a long ways to go. Right now we are about 690 or so miles out, so we got to keep pushing. So I'm gonna have to stop for fuel here in about 3 hours. It should be about 8:30, 9 o'clock when I stop. And I'm wanting to be parked by 10:30 tonight. So we'll find out. So I'm in Missouri right now, and we got to get to Bevier, Missouri, and we're gonna look for a place in New London. If we don't find a place there, we're gonna go to Bowling Green. If we don't find a place there, we're gonna keep going. So we'll see you then. So we're coming into Cameron, Missouri right now. Back in the day, this used to be kind of the place, but not anymore. It just kind of, I don't know, man, it just kind of leaves you flat. And these lights suck. There's 3 of them. So this is I-35 we're crossing right now. On the right, that Shell station is a truck stop. Well, actually, it's not a truck stop. They have truck parking and truck fueling. They are not interested in trucks. It's just, every time I've been in there, you can tell it's not geared towards anything us related. They really don't want us there. They just figure we're a demographic they can tap for a few bucks. The Jones is on the left, the Phillips 66. That used to be really good, and they kind of started, I don't know, man. It just kind of fell flat. So we're getting ready to pull in here to the Loves. It's been a couple of hours. At this point, we are 535 miles out of Nashville. Looks like it's pretty packed up here tonight. I'm not here to park. I'm here to get fuel. So let's see what kind of idiocy is going on. Because, well, people just have a tendency to just dump their crap everywhere. And I see tonight is no different. So let's move in here. Oh, come on, you idiots. So, yeah. I hate it when I see these guys with their 4-ways on. That means they're doing their half-hour break, and it's usually it's usually a certain ethnic persuasion that likes wearing tapestry on their head. Anyhow, we need to get some fuel so we can keep on going. Canadian trucks. It looks like I got enough fuel. However, it tends to drop pretty quick from here down. It'll drop really quick. So, one of them things. Over the years, I've come to notice that if it has Ontario plates on it, it's going to be a mess. Yeah. I don't know what it is, what's going on in Ontario, but there's some horrible people there. Anyhow, so we're sitting here just waiting, and I guess we'll just have to wait. Oh, nice. You've been in your truck the whole time? Moron. Yeah, he's been in the truck the whole time. Just doing his thing. Not even pumping fuel. No. And in we go. Well, that was relatively painless. Got this guy in front of me. He finally moved. So, we'll go and get my ticket, grab my coffee. We're going to keep boogieing. These loves are just packed to the gills, so I'm going to get out of here and hit the road. So let's hit the exit, and we're going to hit New London first. And if New London's full up, we'll go to Bowling Green. So I've never not found a spot in Bowling Green, so let's get there and see what happens. But I want to be on 61 tonight. So I'm about an hour from Hannibal and about 15 minutes further than that to New London. So about 10 o'clock I should be rolling in. It is 8:42 right now, so let's go. So we made it to New London. Found a spot. There's actually quite a few spots on the back road tonight. So I have 463 miles to my destination. Google Earth says it's 7 hours and 4 minutes. We'll figure that out. It's probably closer to 8. It is Google Earth after all. I did, let's see, what did I do today? It's 10 o'clock. I did 454 miles. Now, let me show you something neat here. Now, because of today and the debacle it was, this caught up with me. But, hit the little button here. Watch this. Come on. Suddenly, I have 3 hours and 48 minutes. And that's left, but I would have to do an 8-hour break. So with that, I could actually make it quite far. Basically, realistically, I got enough time to make it to Mount Vernon. About another 3 hours out there. If I really pushed it 45 minutes, I could probably make it all the way to the Road Ranger down there in Marion, but just south of the scale, but that'd be really pushing it. But the thing that sucks is then I'd have to sit there another 3 hours. I mean, 10 hours is 10 hours. It's on a sliding scale. If I stop at midnight, I can't leave at 10. If I stop at 10, I can't leave till 8. Which kind of dictates the miles you're going to get to your destination at the same time. Which sucks because I would like to make it into Nashville and be on my way out before rush hour gets bad. And by like 3:15. But I guess we'll figure that out in the morning. It's been rough. But from 7 hours, if the appointment hadn't been changed, in a perfect world, like I said, I would have, there's a very slim chance I would have even made it. But in order for me to make it in 7 hours tomorrow, I have to average between 65 and 67 miles an hour. 65 was 7.09, and basically about 7 hours 2 minutes. And 67 was 6.91, which is 6 hours and 55 minutes. So really not a real point. As long as I can keep it above 65 tomorrow, I'll roll out of here at 8 o'clock on the dot, I should be all right. So I guess we'll see you tomorrow. So it's the next morning, and it's freaking cold. When it's clear like this is when it's the coldest. We've also had this wind, and this wind is ruthless. I'll tell you, it's 17 degrees, which really wouldn't be that bad if the wind wasn't blowing. So we got a few things to do this morning, and then we're gonna take off, and it ain't gonna be much warmer, but at least it'll be sunnier when I get down there towards Nashville. So we stopped here at this Pilot, got me some chicken, and topped off the def and all that, so let's get going. So we just rolled into Tennessee. This is where it gets hard. Nashville's already screwed up. If I go straight through the middle, I am 2 hours and 5 minutes out at about 90 miles. So traffic's moving slow. I'm going to check out the Briley and all that. But part of the problem is it's not just traffic going into the downtown. 24 is packed up pretty good too. So it is 2 after 3 right now. So we wouldn't have made it. In fact, this is just 2 hours and 3 minutes to the Loves. You got to add another 15-20 minutes on that down to Shelbyville, and there's just no way we would not have made it. Now, the only way we would have made it is if I had left, well, when the load was supposed to have been loaded. And truthfully, if that had happened, we would be parked by now. But we live in an imperfect world, so let's get through Nashville and see what happens there. So you can see where I'm at. Nashville has kind of calmed down about in the last 20 minutes ago, but she's still a little wound up, so we're gonna just keep heading and see what happens. So wish me luck. So it's about 7 o'clock tonight. We're here at the Loves in Christiana. It's a little chilly, but it ain't as bad as it was this morning, I'll tell you that. Oh, well, this is clunk. All right. Woo, fell off there. This place is kind of a mess. So anyhow, I'll go in the other door here. When it all turns out, I would have been right there within my 15-minute window of delivery. Had I done a couple other things differently, I might have made it, but I was shaving it close. So, but you can't, things went flawlessly this time. I went through Nashville faster than I thought I would. And I mean, a lot faster than I thought I would. I ended up taking the Briley on the east side just because there was no way going through the middle. I rolled in here about 20 to 4. My original appointment was at 4. So here's the important thing. We got here. Now, true, they added another 26 hours onto the trip, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not bald. I just cut my hair real short. That's what happens when you start going gray. Give me a week, it'll look normal again. But if we'd been on paper, I know dang good and well they never would have bothered to reschedule it. They would have said, well, you'll figure it out, and hung up on me. Well, my company wouldn't. The shipper would have. But when I realized I wasn't going to make it, I was talking to another buddy of mine. So it's awfully tight, and he says, if you don't make it by here, and we start doing the math, we're like, oh no, you're right. And here's the thing, is in a perfect world, like today, if I hadn't stopped for Def and, Def and Chicken, really, I actually could have made it. There's a couple things I could have done differently that would help. But it's like filling up when I did my pre-trip and stuff like that. Now, if you know how to do it, you can shave a few minutes off here and a few minutes off there. It doesn't seem like a lot, but at the end of the week, it does add up. But the one thing I did was that what is this? I had an inkling, so the first thing I did at 9 o'clock was I called dispatch. I said, if they're going to play this game and we're not going to make it, if they ain't going to reschedule it, I don't want it. I said, because I'm not going to be late because they're not rescheduling it. And the first thing dispatch told me, it says, we've already been on it. I was like, all right. So, it was just a screw up. It wasn't a screw up on our end. We did our job. We were there waiting on it. We were doing what we were supposed to be. Yesterday and the day before coming out of the house was a pretty rough day. But once they rescheduled it, it was all right. Don't be afraid to make those phone calls. I got to go deliver it tomorrow, and truthfully, it's only just about 20 minutes that way, and I'm not going to video that because this video has gone on long enough. But at the end of the day, watch your loads, because if they hadn't rescheduled this was a logistical nightmare to begin with, and then it just went clean into a time crunch. And E-Log compounded this. E-Log's got its merits. E-Logs has its drawbacks. So it is what it is. But we made it, and now we're in a good spot. So hopefully this weekend doesn't blow. We'll just have to wait and see, because deliver it tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and then I got to figure out what we're doing this weekend. So probably pick it up at drop trailer somewhere on Saturday, and hey, we just go from there. Hopefully it's something good. So thought I'd share this load. This trip started off being one thing and turned into something else. So hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze, in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the rhythm collide. I'm the king of this groove with the catchy hook. Got the ladies moving and the fellas shook.